We are in chapter 15 of the romance novel Engaged to be Married. Chapter 15, Travelogue, May 29th. They locate an upscale hotel and Charles reserves one room with 2 queen beds. When entering the room, he explains, "So, I hope this is still okay with you. I can get 2 rooms, but I do feel kind of responsible, for your safety. Traveling all this way, a young girl really shouldn't be alone." Emily tries a childlike voice. "Oh, thank you, Daddy. I feel so much safer with you here. May I sleep with you tonight if I get scared of the boogeyman?" "No, and that's final." Emily giggles at her own joke. "Pretty please." Charles blushes. He is in an unusual situation, but he's in the middle of his deal with Emily and will see it through. He laughs nervously and simply begins to unpack his bags. From all those starch lines and exacting folds in his clothing, Emily can tell most of his clothes are still brand new. Some still have dress pins where the corners have been tucked in. She jumps on one bed and begins to bounce around. Charles shakes his head at her childlike manner. As she goes up and down, she gets winded and falls onto the bed. Emily just lays there sprawled out on the bed. "Charlie, you know what I want to do now? Let's go shopping. Then I never ever want to get back on that train, 'cause I have now been there and done that, and no shirt is even needed. Thank you very much." Because you're buying me new clothes. You know that you promised." "I know, I did." "Fun, only fun ahead." "Don't you want to shower first?" "But what do I put on after my shower? These old rags?" She tugs at the warm clothing he had purchased while in Denver. "Hey, those are nice studs and expensive too, girl." "I know, but we are in Nevada and it's a lot warmer here than in Denver." "True." Flashing that mischievous grin, Emily adds, "I mean, it's all right by me if I only wear a towel and my birthday suit in this hotel room, but not so good for going shopping or eating out." "Yeah, I'm quite sure it would be okay with you." "Trying not to be difficult is all." He lays down the law. "Right. Clothes, food, then a shower for you." They head out of the hotel and Charles hails a cab. The cabbie takes them down a swanky boulevard lined with each side with dress shops galore. Emily is delighted to try on as many items as possible, one after the other. Charles discovers that he can't get visions of Emily out of his head. The clothes aren't very revealing, still he finds that she's beautiful in about anything she puts on. Tired and hungry, she finally picks out 7 respectable outfits. But he's thrown for a loop when Emily insists that she should narrow down her choices. She is certain she will only need 4 or 5 outfits at the most. Charles is confident his fiancée would have demanded even more than that, no matter how much he would be spending. He gladly pays for all 7 outfits. Plus, he suggests that she needs pajamas and underclothes, but insists that there's no need for her to model them for him, like she did with the dresses and the blouses and pants. He adds to the list a tote bag for her to pack everything in. They go back to the hotel and both are then exhausted. The 2 tired shoppers flop down on their respective bed. Charles is lying face down, thinking he'd like nothing better than to take a long nap. Emily is face up, looking at the ceiling, but really past it, imagining, dreaming the time away. His voice is muffled, face down in the plush duvet. "So, which outfit are you going to wear tonight to dinner? Are we going somewhere?" "Dinner is still happening. I just need a few minutes to recover from your marathon of shopping. Where would you like to go? American, Chinese, Japanese, Cantonese, Italian?" His voice drifts off. "Are we back to playing the question game?" Charles stirs. "Have you ever been to this city before?" "More questions. Charlie, just take me anywhere you like, 'cause I probably won't eat enough to choke a bird anyway." "Yeah, I've noticed that." He raises one finger. "And that right there is another old saying." "I'm going to get in a hot shower. I just got some nice new outfits that I look great in." She recalls watching him unpack. I've noticed most of your clothes are new as well. Why is that, Charlie? Coming on the trip, it was just part of my decision to find myself. I've hinted at this other times that we've talked, but prior to boarding that first train, I changed many things about my look. Contacts instead of glasses, haircut instead of a long ponytail, shave instead of a beard, and all these new duds. My new look called for throwing out my own clothes. Oh, I would have loved to seen that before picture and what you looked like. She giggles. No, you wouldn't, and I don't even want to hear what you would say to the old me. Now, food then? Just anywhere will do, Em. Anywhere we'll see what we see and try new stuff, and come what may, however that phrase goes. So which one of us is replete with old sayings these days? Charles sighs. Ah, shut up, will you? Sounds like a plan, sort of. He's barely moved from his original position on the bed. You're too tired, old man. We can get some takeout and eat in. Still horizontal on the bed and face still planted in the cover, he lifts a finger. Now that sounds like a plan. After Emily showers, she feels refreshed. Forgetting her initial idea for takeout, they exit their room for an evening out on the town. An older couple stands at a hotel room door just across the hall, getting inside. They look to see Charles and Emily exiting their room together. Emily nods and smiles at them, but then winks and slaps Charles on the behind. The elderly lady openly gasps while the old man winks at Charles. For the umpteenth time since knowing her, Emily has made Charles blush. He pulls her close and speaks low and firm. Don't ever do that again, and I mean it, Em. Hey, honey bun, what's up? You said you like me being spontaneous when you don't know what I'll do next, remember? True, but not with other people around. Do you drink, Charlie? He gives her a stunned glance. That has come out of nowhere. What's even stranger is that I was just about to ask you the same question, though. Do I look to be of drinking age to you? No, still, do you drink, Em? Well, I've had my share of toxic drink concoctions, but none of the liquor variety. Charlie doesn't pick up on the hint. Okay, that's an odd reply. She gets on her soapbox then. I'm old enough to enlist. I'm old enough to be the legal voting age, able to cast a mature, responsible vote, even to get married, and then legally bore another person till happily ever after. Charlie roars with laughter. Well put. She smiles. I was sure you could relate. I can do all those things, but sadly still not old enough or responsible enough, so says these laws, to order myself an intoxicating drink. Makes absolutely no sense to me. Does it make any sense to you, Charlie? Who ever made these laws anyway? Don't ask me. I just try to follow them. Emily scoffs. Besides, my parents and prudes don't allow liquor in their house. Right. Well, I've drank some, not much. He chuckles. They're prudes, you say? Now it's you who's sounding old school. I'm just slightly under 21, essentially. Well, how about that? We have both spontaneously shared info about ourselves, and it didn't hurt at all. So, you are 20 years old. Charles is relieved to learn that he isn't in a hotel with jailbait. Yes, indeed. Not ancient like you, old man. Hey, would you knock it off? 32 isn't that old. Just wait until you get there. Yeah, you'll think a lot differently then. Charles taps his finger on the tip of her nose once more. Don't I wish? Emily turns away and suddenly tears up once again. Charles stops in his tracks. Emily walks on ahead, but notices that he hasn't kept up with her. She turns around. Come on, Charlie, I'm really hungry this time. They take a taxi to a nice restaurant, and as they approach the door, Charles eyes a hair salon. He grabs her by the shoulders, steering her away from the entrance of the restaurant. Charles directs her steps by pushing Emily on her back through the doors of the salon. Hey, we're going to go in here first. What is this? Embarrassed to be seen with me? Is that it, Charlie? Nope. Charlie smiles. I needed a new look and it did me a world of good. Trust me, it will make your day. She glares at him. Oh, well, I'm sure like you to make my day about now and take me to get some food first, please. You will enjoy your meal with a new hairstyle. Yeah, you're embarrassed to be seen with me. Emily sits there very reluctant as he converses with the hairstylist. Charles goes over and sits down in the reception area and crosses his arms, confident that she will be happy with the results. Emily motions for the stylist to come closer to her and whispers something in her ear. The stylist nods understandingly. The talented hairstylist adds some highlights and speedily does her thing. All in all, it turns out to be better than she could have hoped for. There is a three-sided angled mirror where Emily is seated. She peers into the mirror, admiring her improved look. She does feel like a whole new person, but then she sighs. The stylist, Allie, seems overly kind as far as hairstylists go and opens her cosmetics case, adding a little makeup to Emily's pale face. Curious, the stylist comments. You look very tired, hon. With him always in my care, are you kidding? Of course, Emily smiles at Charles. Charles likes me way too much. Know what I mean? Oh my, are you okay, honey? Over a dozen blow dryers are in operation. Charles cannot hear their conversation. He just smiles and nods their way, assuming Emily is complimenting him on his idea to go there. He gives her and the stylist a thumbs up for the snazzy new hairstyle. Emily giggles at his naivety. When her transformation is complete, Emily is surprised and very pleased. She takes a last look in the three-way mirror. I love every angle of me. Well, thanks, Charlie, old man. I get a thanks and an insult all at once again. He laughs at her, but happy that Emily is even happier. The hairstylist laughs just to be cordial, but eyes Charlie suspiciously. Emily leans closer to the girl. You did a great job. Thank you so much. He takes really good care of me. Pay the nice lady, Charlie, and tip her well. Okay, but... Oh, never mind. The hairstylist gasps, not sure if Emily is being serious or not. When he reaches down in his wallet, she gives him a real dirty look. She willingly takes what she now thinks might be dirty money. The stylist offers her opinion. You ought to feed this girl every once in a while, you know. She's so thin. You heard her, Em. Come on. Charlie, I am starving, honestly. Em smiles at the stylist and pulls on his arm. They leave the salon, and just a few steps further away they enter the restaurant. The aroma is amazing, and they can't wait to eat. You really don't mind leaving people with a lousy first impression of yourself, or for that matter, of me, do you? Life's too short, Charlie. Get with the program. Bear with me here. It's only 3 weeks. You better toughen up if you plan to stay around me. Right. Got it. Just having fun spicing up your boring life, Charlie. It's job number 1 for me, remember? All right, all right. Hey, I have another great idea. You did say this trip is mine to plan, so after we eat, you could take me out to a vineyard. Allow me to simplify your request. I'm ordering a bottle of wine right here, and you may have a few sips. You can try it. That will be enough fun for one day. But babies drink wine in their bottles over in France. I'd rather that you take me there, she teases. My offer does have a few limits, I have to say, namely, staying stateside is one of them. Can't blame me for asking. After one drink, Emily's words quickly become slurred. Charles remembers the pills that she had downed earlier and wonders if those two should be mixed. He watches Emily closely and insists she eats more than she drinks. Emily giggles a lot throughout their meal. She clumsily raises her wine glass to make a toast and spills it over, but is oblivious of the mess. Careful there, Charlie scolds her. Nonsense. Tell you what, Charlie, I'm feeling pretty bold right now. More than usual? This could be dangerous. Charles nervously looks around the restaurant. He really doesn't know what she's about to come out with. I should call your bride-to-be for you and tell her exactly how you feel. A few more sips from this goblet of this fine wine should make it a lot easier for me to lower the boom on little or her. Her voice gets really loud at the end. Okay, that's enough for one evening. Eat supper or no dessert for you, young lady. Emily reaches across the table and tries going for his cell phone that is in front of his pocket. Ignoring what he just stated and spilling more of her wine, she says, "What's her name again?" "Oh, no, you don't." "Lynn or Leanne or..." "Not going to happen, Em. You're not calling her." Charlie fends off her, trying to get his phone. "It's a good plan, Charlie. A great plan, actually. We'll take all the pressure off of you, old boy. It sets you free." She clumsily reaches for his phone again and pokes him in the eye. "Ouch. Watch those fingernails, girl." Charles lets her know how he feels. "No, it's a very bad idea. Don't you see? You do not want to marry that girl. You're stalling on the inevitable, and you're just stealing away time. Free her, Charlie. Let the butterfly go free." Emily slams a hand on the table. "Well, who would have thought?" "Okay, I'll bite. Who would have thought what?" "You and me. We're doing the very same thing for the very same reasons." "Highly unlikely. Fun's over for the night. I'm taking you back to the hotel. You need to get to bed, little girl, and sleep off this buzz." "Come on, Charlie. Just tell me the sweet bride-to-be's name. Everything will be A-okay, Charlie, my love. Both of us and you and her will be free as a bird." "What? Now I know you've had enough. It will never go over well if you said that to her." "Aw, Purdy, please." Emily is very tipsy, and her eyes remain shut as she talks, almost like she is sleepwalking. Charlie is afraid to allow Emily to go to sleep until she has sobered up some. He decides to walk several blocks in the cool night air before going up to their room. She giggles and mumbles incoherently. "No phone for you. You'd find her name in there and call her as soon as you're able to." He taps his cell. "With you like this, who knows what you would say?" "Old man, you're no fun. I tried to tickle your funny bone, but you just aren't having it. Try my best to help you. Hey, are you sitting on your funny bone? Maybe it's stuck up your... And you're not the least bit funny or fun to be with right now. Pretty much obnoxious." She begins to sway and all but falls onto the sidewalk. Charles catches Emily just in time and realizes she can't hardly walk any further. He hails a cab and they get in rather clumsily. Charles asks for the cabbie to roll down the windows. He can only hope Emily sobers up before going up to their room. It amazes Charles that she is nearly out cold from a few sips of wine. He's kicking himself. He was not being very smart. He realizes that he should have first asked about those pills she takes. She leans over onto his shoulder. "You sure are strong for your age. Told that old lady of your I'm going for this and then you just did it. Be strong. Be independent. You're a man. Be a man." "I ran out on her like a chicken. I'm not strong, Em." "Aw, Charlie, you're not a chicken. One very... Oh, rooster, maybe. Ha ha ha, a rooster. Are you, Charlie?" Emily again giggles and snorts. "Listen, kiddo, I don't know what those pills were that you took today, but apparently the combination of those and a few sips of wine have knocked you for a loop. See there? So observant you are." She puts her finger to her lips. "Shush. Let's not tell Mr. Bingenton. He doesn't need to know." Emily points to the cabbie. She then reaches up and pats the guy on the shoulder. "Shush. Not a word to him." The cabbie only smiles. He's seen more than his share of antics of people who've had too much to drink. That Mr. Bingenton must be a real stickler. She giggles. "Oh, you have no idea." Charles disregards both of their comments. You might need to rely on those pep pills come morning to undo one major hangover, girl. Rely on those pills? Ha, that's a laugh. Emily does laugh out loud. Her eyes are closed tight. Charlie, do you want to spice up your life a little before the end? No. I mean, before the beginning of your happily ever after? What are you talking about? I so want to spice up my life before... No. I mustn't spoil our fun. I mustn't. She passes out in her arms. Emily seems to be breathing normally. He's not too worried. They arrive at the hotel, and it's all he can do to get her into a room without a clerk asking questions. Emily is limp as a rag. Charlie flops her down on one of the queen beds. He decides to stay awake and make certain she's going to be okay. Smoothing his hand over her messed up hair, Charles lingers there, stretched out full length by her side. Wow, that hairstyle didn't last long. He notices a long pink scar on the top of her scalp. Charles pushes her bangs back from her forehead. Em, what's this all about? At her hairline, a 6-inch long scar is covered over by her bangs. Emily turns over and away from him. She curls up, hugging a pillow. Charles then notices another scar on the crown of her head that had also been neatly camouflaged by the hairstylist. Shock takes him over. He sits up. The only thing he can figure out is that maybe she's been in an accident resulting in a head injury. Wow, Em, what sort of trauma have you faced? Charles is even more concerned and is determined not to fall asleep until she stirs, and he is sure she will wake up in the morning. This is the end of chapter 15 of the romance novel Engaged to be Married.